Wajal has given four different criterias of the type of clothing. Number one, satrul awrah. Number two is comfort and protection. Number three, the libas of taqwa. And number four is the libas of the house of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala by khudhu zinatakum inda kulli masjid. Now we see the life of Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam, how he was practicing all of these criterias that has been revealed by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This hadith is giving us the choice of clothing of Nabi alayhi salam, the choice of clothing while traveling and the choice of clothing while he was stationed. There is a different categories of clothing that the Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam would wear while he's traveling, and also the color picked, what type of color he used to like when he used to travel and what type of color he would wear when he is stationed. So in this hadith, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Anas bin Malik radiyallahu anhu, who is the servant of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said that the clothing most dearest to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam to wear was hibrah. This is a Yemeni cloth with a tight sleeves. And this is, as the hadith explains, that this is the type of clothing that Nabi alayhi salam, because you will also hear about a hadith that the type of clothing that, or the most beloved type of clothing that Nabi alayhi salam would wear white or something of that narration. So this hadith is specifically telling us the clothing of Nabi alayhi salatu was salam while he was traveling. So it was a Yemeni cloth that would go from top all the way till the bottom, and the sleeves were very tight. In the riwayat of Tabrani, it is mentioned that when the Prophet ﷺ would make wudu, he would have to take out the sleeve from the bottom to be able to wash his entire arm. So that's how tight it was, meaning if you were to open and roll it up, you will not be able to roll it up to this. And the muhaddithun, like Ibn Hajar has mentioned, the reason why Nabi ﷺ used to wear clothing that were very tight during the time of travels, because it will not get, while doing a lot of the things while traveling, and a lot of dust that would accumulate and go inside the body. So it was very tightly worn so that no dust goes inside the body, because the travel used to happen on camel and there will be desert and a lot of dust and a lot of wind that used to come and make the dust go. So to prevent the body from being extra dirty, this is why Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam used to wear the cloth. The second criteria of this hibr that is mentioned is it was a dark green stripes clothing, so that the dirt does not become visible on it when the dirt gets onto those clothing. So what we understand from this, that when a person is traveling, he is supposed to wear those type of clothing which is comfortable for him to move around while he's traveling. Because there's a lot of things that a person needs to do. Pick up bags, put it onto the baggage console, pick it up from there, and then after that maybe needs to go to the bathroom, make wudu, so on and so forth. So the type of clothing which are more suitable and more comfortable for traveling, a person should have a designated type of clothing that he should wear when he goes traveling, especially when those type of clothing that are dark, so that the dirt or the stain does not show on them. Because you're not in a comfort zone where you can change your clothing very often, especially when you're traveling. And wearing clothes while dirt on them, this is against the hygiene of Islamic hygiene. So that's why we have been taught by the teachings of Nabi alayhi salam that when we are appearing ourselves, when we are bringing ourselves in front of people, in front of public, we have to make sure that our clothes are clean, so that we become acceptable to the people who we are interacting with. Otherwise, you are giving a wrong image of yourself and the practices that you follow. We ask Allah to grant us the understanding and the ability to practice. Ameen ya Rabbal Alameen. Anyone has any questions on this? No questions? Okay, inshallah. Jazakallahu khairan. Subhanallah wa bihamdihi, subhanakallahumma wa bihamdik, wa nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk.